So today I want to really dive into a practical approach for a meal and a tasting. So as you guys know, everyone that I've interviewed, I've asked them like, okay, do you count calories? Do you count carbs? Do you obsess over everything you put in your mouth? Do you yo-yo diet? Do you make meal plans? Do you measure every little bit of food in your mouth? So if they say, yes, I measure out my food and I have this much food, I measure the carbs, I don't count them as people that I'm interested in following because that's not the life that I want to live. I don't want to, put the measure and the measuring cup and literally be like, okay, is that exactly half a cup? That's not the life that I want to live. So those are people that I kind of just take and move them out into this corner. So if you guys haven't pre-ordered the book, A Meal and a Tasting, I want to encourage you to do that. And I want to encourage you to be part of our launch team. So if you go to chantelrayway.com/onemeal, we have some amazing little gifts that we have for you. So you would be part of our exclusive book launch insider team. And so there's a few spots open for that. So what you'll get is the advanced copy of A Meal and a Tasting. So you'll get an advanced digital copy. We are going to have a Facebook group just for those. And I'll just be encouraging you on some different things. So I really encourage you to get on board with that. So taste is something that's super, super important to me and every thin woman that I've ever interviewed. So I would never do one of those things where I got like a meal in a box. Now, I'm not talking about like Blue Apron or Green Chef. I think those are great, right? I'm talking about, a Nutrisystem, one of these Jenny Craig, like that is not, in my opinion, the life that I want to live. And 8 months ago, one of my friends, I saw her, she was 175 pounds when I saw her about 8 months ago. And 8 months later, she was over 250 pounds. And she was like, you know what? The only diet that ever works for me is the Atkins diet. Now, let me ask you, did that diet really work for her? Well, in her mind, that diet really worked for her, right? Because she lost 10 pounds, then she would get rid of the 10 pounds, then she'd gain 15, then she'd lose 10, and then she'd gain 20, then she'd lose 5, and then gain 15, right? But that pattern literally caused her to gain over 60 pounds in a 6-month time frame. But what did she say? The only diet that works for me is the Atkins diet. Hey guys, I'm so excited about my new book, One Meal and a Tasting, and you can pre-order it right now. And when you pre-order my book, you will get a free entry into our Masterclass session, completely free. So you'll get those videos right away. And if you are an audio learner like I am, it's gonna help so much. So pre-order that book right now. It'll be there in a jiffy, and you'll also get this free Masterclass session for free. What I want to say is, as I've interviewed other thin women, I did realize that they ate 80% of what they ate was what I call a keto flex diet. So even though they didn't realize they were doing it, none of them would ever say, I do keto or I do Atkins or I do this. They never did that. But if you started looking at what they ate mostly vegetables, moderate protein, and healthy fats. They maybe had a half a cup of grains or a half a cup of fruit if they were craving it. They would really listen to what their body wanted. Now, that keto flex was like 80% of the time they were eating that, but the other 80 or 90%, it just depended. They might have, the 10% might have been dark chocolate or cream in their coffee or 4 or 5 French fries. So they never, ever deprive themselves. So without being consciously aware of what they're doing, they were eating in a keto flex and intermittent fasting lifestyle. But if you ask them, they would never tell you they did that. It's just by me watching them day after day. It's just how they ate. But again, if they wanted to they wanted a French fry, they would eat 4 French fries. If they wanted a chip, they would eat 3 chips. You see where I'm going with this?
I hope you enjoyed this episode. This has been a special preview for the One Meal and a Tasting Masterclass series. In case you haven't heard, Chantel's latest book, One Meal and a Tasting, is officially releasing super soon. But for a limited time only, you can join the exclusive Book Launch Insider team. You'll get the book early, get access to the Facebook group, and get access to special groups, bonus resources like the Masterclass video series, and more. This offer is only available for a limited time, so be sure to sign up now while spots are still open. Join now at chantelrayway.com/onemeal.